Okay, we've added a material to our model. Now, let's add a custom material with information taken from our sheet. For this, we'll actually use that AddMaterial function we looked at last time, instead of setMaterial, since this function will actually create a material that conforms to local regional standards. Looking at the SAP 2000 API, we can see that the function has 6 parameters, of which, only the last one is marked as optional. We'll need a name, material type, region name, standard name, grade name, and username. That's a lot of names. Specifically, we can ignore the first name parameter, as we're going to provide our own username, which, as you can see in the documentation, overrides the name parameter if it is provided. For now, let's set up our worksheet with a new button, new macro, and places for all these 5 parameters to be stated. We'll copy our previous macro as this one will be quite similar to it. Now, we'll add a material type variable, and we'll define it as an emat type enumeration. Next, let's use a select case statement to read the text of our defined material type cell. In this case, cell 7F. Also, just as a precaution, we'll take our text and put it in uppercase. This is just to make sure that the string we input for the material type is not case sensitive, a small precaution that's quite useful when working with strings. We could support all material types if we wanted, but for now let's just add support for steel, concrete, and aluminum. So, let's add the case statements for the materials we want to support, plus a default statement for when the input material type is not supported. We can also add a default case statement by putting an else keyword in front of a case keyword. This makes it so the code inside this statement is executed when none of the other cases are recognized. So, it's quite helpful when you're not in total control of the input, unlike the previous example where we used a case statement to check what we had selected in a combo box that didn't allow custom user inputs. Now let's change the called function to the new AddMaterial function and add the inputs from the cells that we created. Now that that's done, we need to check out the material property libraries that hold the actual names we need to input. We'll find this in our SAP 2000 installation folder in the Property Libraries subfolder. Here, we can see we have several XML files with the different material properties for all regions. Let's open the European Material Properties file. If your File Explorer does not recognize a program to open this with, you can right-click on the file, then select Properties and then change the program that opens XML files to Notepad or Notepad++ if you have it. The first thing we should notice is the region name. We should input this exactly as it is because this is what SAP 2000 will recognize. Inside this region, we can see that there are several types of materials, starting with steel, then concrete, and so on. Before moving on, some users may remark that SAP 2000 does not have some materials that they may commonly use. A simple fix is to add the material to these material libraries yourself. New and different materials are being created all the time, so it can be very helpful to add them to SAP 2000. If you want to add a material, simply copy one of these material definitions in the XML file and change their properties to the desired properties. That way, SAP 2000 will automatically recognize your custom material and you'll be able to use it effortlessly when running SAP 2000. Let's copy a concrete material, like this C12/15. We'll call it custom concrete. The material type is concrete. The region is Europe. The standard is this big line, which applies to all concrete materials. And the grade is C12/15. Let's now add this material to our SAP 2000 model by clicking the button. All good. We can now check that SAP 2000 has a new material called custom concrete that has all the properties of a C12/15 European concrete. Next, we'll be tackling frame and area sections.